In the past few months, I'm trying to achieve simplicity in the way I share content. And my first major step was to basically create a site using org mode. Now, the site that you're looking at is not really published using org mode. The site, which is ravi.pro, is something that I have been creating, publishing blogs, all using Emacs and org mode. And I quite like this site because it is very simple. And the whole idea behind publishing a site using org mode was to share quickly and easily. And I can do that from terminal. Of course, I have a main Drupal site where I can do a lot of wonderful things because it is Drupal and it is a dynamic site. I can add a lot of things on the site, doing wonderful things. But apart from publishing a site using org mode and Emacs, I also wanted to do something even simpler. So this site, which is ravisagar.com, yes, this is one of my domain. I published this site using nothing but HTML. That is it. Of course, I do have a bit of CSS just to make the site responsive, and I added some JavaScript as well. So if you look at this particular section here, so if I refresh the page, you will notice that this particular section here loads slightly. There is a delay, like a half a second delay. And the reason is that this particular section here is basically pulling in the information from my ravisagar.in site. Now on this particular site, I have the home page where I am selecting, or basically some of my posts, or in fact most of my posts, like blogs and notes or KB articles, they are displayed here. And I do have this RSS feed, which is ravisagar.in/rss.xml. Now what I'm doing here is I have written a small JavaScript, which of course is not something I wrote from scratch. I searched online for some JavaScript snippets to convert XML, RSS XML into HTML. So I found one script and I modified it slightly. And now if you look at this particular content here, it is displaying two recent posts from my ravisagar.in site. So basically this JavaScript is parsing the XML file, which is this one. And whenever there's a new content, of course, this new content is picked up from my site, ravisagar.com. And if there is a new item, it will, of course, display the most recent two posts from my main blog, which is ravisagar.in. Now, of course, I wanted to keep this site very simple, but having some dynamic content always helps. Let us say if someone is coming to this site today or maybe after 1 month, they can always take a look at my social media links. So the whole idea of this particular site, ravisagar.com, is to have some kind of a single page profile or a business card where you can find all the links to connect with me. I have links to my blog, my RSS feed, my blog that I maintain using Emacs, my GitHub repository, LinkedIn, Twitter, my YouTube channels, my podcast, and few other links. And this section here is something which I wanted to create with some latest information. So you can see here that in this particular JavaScript, I'm basically using this method called slice, and it will look for all the items. Of course, in the XML file, all the items are enclosed by item tag, and it will pick up those tags, but it will only limit it to the first two, and then it will display the title of the item and of also the description, which is also getting converted, because since we are talking about HTML and there is already HTML in this, like if you look here, it is encoded with HTML tags. When I display it here, it displays perfectly. So you can see the title, which is something that I hyperlinked, enclosed with the h3 header 3, and then I am displaying the description. And description can have HTML. So if there is, let us say, an image, the image will display as it is. Since I'm talking about Drupal and I wrote this code in plain JavaScript, I had to enable Parse on my CORC on my Drupal side. And doing that was very simple. All I had to do is copy the default .services.yml file to services.yml, and there is a flag parse.config which was enabled to false, but you can change it to true. And then when you clear the cache, then you should be able to talk to your Drupal site using this technique. And I'm quite happy, I'm quite satisfied with this approach so far, and I think I will probably keep this domain as it is, where it will just have my details, something like my online profile, where people can contact me and they can know quickly all about me. So this is all I wanted to share in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.